Hi everyone, I'm Hayley. I'm always in the craft room, but not this week because I've been in London. We had a lovely family trip up to the capital to watch Matilda the musical. It was fabulous, but that meant I could nip over to Soho and have a look in a couple of my favourite shops. So I'm here today to show you what I bought and explain my plans for it. So first of all, I went to Fannew Trimmings on Berwick Street, never know how to say that one. And the first thing I bought was a zip. This is a 50 centimetre metal zip to recreate a ready-to-wear jumpsuit I've seen. It's by the brand Alex Mill, and I would like to make this from a gorgeous navy French terry. It's not going to look much on screen, I'm sure, but I bought this a few years ago from the rag shop before they sadly stopped trading. And I think in French terry, that's going to be super comfortable. So I needed an extra long zip, couldn't find one anywhere. I knew Fannew Trimmings would have one, and I was right, but I did make a slight error. And I didn't notice this until I showed my husband afterwards. I showed him two different zips, and he noticed something about the notes that they put at the top. Can you see that one says C and one says O? Yes. That denotes which is a closed end zipper and which is an open end zipper. And I have bought an open end one for this, which I did not need for a jumpsuit. He literally looked at it and went, "Why did you buy an opening one?" And I was like, "I didn't." "Oh yeah, I did." And then when I looked at the labels, I was like, "Ah, that's what that means." So top tip, if you go to Fannew Trimmings, everything is very well noted on the tag at the top, but pay attention. Anyway, I actually don't think it will matter. I'm going to make this cobbling together two patterns. You know me, I don't like to buy a pattern when I've got something similar. So I'm going to use the paper cut Anima pants and the French Navy Roscoe sweater. I'm going to make one of each in this and then sew them together at the waist. And either it will work or it won't. And if it doesn't, the fact that I've got a separating zip means I guess I've got a zip front hoodie. So the Roscoe pattern is for a half zip sweater, and I'm just going to split this lower front section, add seam allowances, and extend the zip facing so it goes all the way down. So if the jumpsuit idea does work, I think I can just sew this closed, and as long as I'm careful when I unzip it to get in and out, I don't think it will be a problem. Tell me if you think that's a terrible idea and I do need to now search out a closed end zipper, but I think it will be all right. Of course, this is me, so I don't have enough fabric for what I'm intending to do because the Roscoe in my size takes between 1.3 and 1.5 meters of fabric, and allegedly the Anima pants take 2 meters. I'm skeptical. I've got 2 meters of this, and I reckon I can eke it out. There are a couple of things I can do to save some fabric. If not, I could reduce seam allowances all over, because often that means you can put more pattern pieces across the width of a fabric. I also could shorten the sleeve length. I do love a 3/4 length sleeve, and I probably would wear the jumpsuit pushed up anyway, so that will definitely save some length. And I also thought I could get some navy ribbing to use for sleeve cuffs and hem cuffs. So fingers crossed I can get it out of the fabric I have, because I've been wanting to make that jumpsuit for a while, but I couldn't find the zip I needed, and now I've got it. So this other zip, which is closed end, I bought for a dress. I am sure you have seen zip front shirt dresses doing the rounds, and I've had a fabric in my stash for a while that I just couldn't think what to do with. It is this flannel, and I bought it from Croft Mill, and I will explain why. So I do love wearing dresses with tights and boots in the winter, but all of my dresses at the moment are cold fabric. Do you know what I mean? Like a viscose twill or a polyester satin that's cold. I've got a couple of viscose crepe ones, and I love them all, but they're just not appealing to me to throw on with tights in the winter. So I was thinking, what fabric could I get that would feel nice and snuggly in the winter? And I thought flannel. So I bought some from Croft Mill online, and it arrived, and honestly, it's just giving me such pajama vibes. So I was initially going to make a Megan Neilsen shirt dress with this, or a collared shirt dress. I have a McCall's pattern in my stash, but I thought, you know what, if I make a shirt dress out of this and then I'm sitting across a desk or a table from someone with a collar and such, it's really going to give immense pajama vibes, I feel. So when I saw these shirt dresses with a zip front, I thought that would be great with this fabric, because you would never think that was a pair of pajamas, would you? So I chose a navy zip, and because Fannew trimmings have so many options, I could have gone silver, I could have gone gold, and what I actually went for was this like gunmetal colour, because I took scraps of all my fabrics that I wanted to match with me, and I just thought that went really well with the black in this. So I did hold up a silver zip option as well, and I just thought on this particular fabric, the gunmetal was really perfect. So for this, I'm going to make a zip front shirt dress. Obviously, I won't be buying one of these new patterns. I've got shirt dress patterns. I can change buttons for a zip, and hopefully that will be a really nice, snuggly, warm, throw on and go dress for the winter. I also took with me another of the flannels I bought at Croft Mill to try and find a matching zip. I actually couldn't find one that went particularly well, and in any case, while I was there, I suddenly thought what pattern I wanted to make with this, and I do want to make another dress also based on the Megan Neilsen Darling Ranges. You may well have seen a video I did where I showed you all the different versions I've done of that dress. So it comes as a shirt dress and a blouse, and I have made it into, I think, 8 different styles, one of which is a dress with no buttons at the front and a little frill. I'll put a picture in of the dress that I mean, and I'd like to make another version of this. I just think that will look really nice and be really cozy, but also look quite smart. So I ended up not needing any haberdashery for that one, but I'm glad to have a firm plan for this, because as I say, I bought these online and then they arrived and I was suddenly a bit hesitant. So very pleased with that. That was all I got at Fan, but then I went round the corner onto Poland Street to McCulloch and Wallace, a gorgeous haberdashery shop that do sell some fabrics as well. And there I purchased some buttons. Their button selection it's not actually huge. I would say Fannew trimmings have more buttons, but the ones at McCulloch and Wallace just seem to align so perfectly with my personal style. It's as if they curated a button selection just for me. So I had a particular fabric in mind, again, for another Megan Neilsen Darling Ranges. I got this from Rainbow Fabrics quite a few years ago, and I've just been stumped as to what to make with it. I just really couldn't think. What I've decided on is a Megan Neilsen Darling Ranges with buttons down the front, but I'm going to extend the skirt so it's longer and add a ruffle, almost like the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra shirt dress. So I actually think that will be so lovely for spring. I haven't decided on a sleeve treatment yet. I may do a flouncy flutter sleeve. I may do a 3/4 sleeve. Not sure. But I wanted some buttons to go with it. And McCulloch and Wallace did not disappoint. Here's my little bag, and I will show you the buttons I found. It is recycled polyester, and I hope you can see there that they are matte. So I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with matte buttons. I really don't like a sheen on my buttons. And look, what a fantastic colour match they are. I'm really so pleased with these buttons. Now, I will say, one can't travel to London from the provinces without saying at least once, London prices. And these buttons, they're London prices. If I found these in a haberdashery locally, maybe not these, but a plain plastic button, they would be probably 25p each, and these were 96p each. But you know what? They've got to pay London rent, they've got to pay London wages, and they really do curate a wonderful selection of buttons. So I do not resent the 96p at all. And if you're going to splurge on any element of a garment, paying 4 times the price for buttons is much better than paying 4 times the price per metre for fancy fabric, isn't it? So I'm absolutely thrilled with those, and I can't wait to get a gorgeous dress made up for spring. McCulloch and Wallace also had a zip I needed, which I couldn't find found at Fannew Trimmings, and that was to go with this teal fabric. If you've watched my Friday sews recently, you know this has been a whole drama trying to find a zip to match. I am making yet another French Navy Roscoe. This time I'm turning it into a sweater dress. And I've had the fabric for ages. I had a zip, which I decided I didn't like, and I was looking for just a plain nylon zip in teal. It was harder to find than you would think, but McCulloch and Wallace delivered. I'm super pleased with that as a match. I'm trying to get the fabric the right way round. There we go. So glad to finally have that, because I cut this fabric out before Christmas and I've just been waiting to find the zip. So I can now at last get on with that. I'm sure it'll be ready just in time for the warmer weather. Oops. The last thing I got at McCulloch and Wallace was swimwear elastic. Again, I cannot find this anywhere locally, and I need some to alter some ready-to-wear swimsuits. So when I went on our family holiday last year, I took 2 ready-to-wear swimsuits with me, and you might recall me in my roundup after the holiday complaining that they were too long in the torso. I am very short in the torso, and these swimsuits were such lovely quality, fully lined, a really hefty material. But as such, once they soaked up a lot of water, I did find getting in and out of the pool that we were getting a saggy, wet, nappy kind of vibe going on, which is obviously not ideal. So what I want to do with this is cut off the swimsuits, turn down the top of the bikini bottoms that I then make, and I'll need some really sturdy swimwear elastic to do that, and hem the top of the swimsuit to make a tankini, which then will hopefully take some of the length out, and it will also just be more suited to my lifestyle and family holidays, where I often am wearing a swimsuit all day with a dress over the top, and it would just make bathroom breaks much easier to be in a 2-piece. But I don't want to actually wear a bikini because I like a lot of coverage from the sun, because I'm so pale. So that's everything I bought on my trip to London, and that is quite a few projects to keep me busy. I'm not sure how quickly I will get to them all, because I do have a few things already cut out on the table and in the works. But I am one of those people, I slowly gather my patterns, my supplies, all of my haberdashery, and then when the mood strikes, I'm just like, make it. Something can be in the back of my mind for 3 years, and then all of a sudden, one night, it is the thing I have to make next, and off I go. So that's it from me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.